Good morning, I'm Thomas, welcome back to my channel. This is part 3 in my Project Miss Writing series. It is 7:30 and I just did an hour-long sprint. I wrote over 1,000 words. So I'm super stoked. I am in chapter 3 now. I wrote an entire chapter and I'm obviously going to go back and add in some more details, but there's just a rough draft. And honestly, I've never written chapters this short before in my life, but I suppose that's middle grade, you know, the chapters are way shorter, but seriously way shorter. Like when I was writing young adult, my chapters were usually somewhere around the 6,000 word mark, and now I just wrote a chapter that's barely over 1,000 words long, so but we'll just go with it, right? So today's another writing vlog. I got in my first 2 sprints, so I always sprint 30 minutes, so I did 2 30-minute sprints. I'm going to go get ready now, and then I'm going to go out for my morning walk, do some grocery shopping, and then hopefully write some more. I need to leave for work at 11, and I'll be at work for about 4 hours today. Obviously, because of my surgery, I'm not allowed to do any nursing-related work, so I'll just be doing some administrative tasks. And I've got an appointment with one of my attendants for one of our interns, who I'm coaching as part of one of my assignments. So I've got that planned for today, and other than that, I think my schedule's pretty free. I'm also really excited. I got new books in yesterday. So I got 3 new middle grade novels. Hold on. Got 3 new middle grade novels. 2 of them arrived yesterday, and I'm planning to reading them for April. Really excited, especially because I've got another surgery coming up in April, and then I'm literally bed bound, so I'm not allowed to get out of bed for a week. So plenty of time to read. I hope to get as much reading done in that time as possible. So the first book that arrived is The Swifts, which I'm super stoked about. Like the premise, it just sounded hilarious. Like all the characters are named after like they've all got book definitions. So the main character, her name is Scoundrel. Her name's Scoundrel. I mean, that's just hilarious. That's hilarious. I'm loving it. Ooh. And I'm throwing books. Okay. Another book that arrived is The Middler. I ordered this one because it's about family relations and trying to also like rescue a brother, which is basically what my book is about. So I thought, you know, I'd read it and see if it could be comped. So yeah, really happy that this arrived in time. Really stoked to read this. And last but not least, A First Time for Everything. Honestly, I don't know much about this book other than that it's autobiographical. I have no idea who Dan Santat is, but the premise sounded interesting, so I thought, why not give it a read? And this, unlike the other 2, is actually more of a comic/graphic novel, and not, you know, like a book. But still, looking forward to reading this one. Like I've got an entire stack of books for April, and not all of them have arrived yet. I ordered some history books because, as I mentioned in my first video, I'm not much of a history buff, but I want to learn more about history, especially about Asian history, very much Korean history, and the history between Korea, Japan, and China, and kind of what's been going on there with the different kinds of wars and the occupation of Japan in Korea and stuff like that. I'm really interested to learn more about that. So I ordered some books, and I've decided to read at least 1 history book a month. Simply because I might not be a history buff, but that doesn't mean I can't become one. So I'm going to take a deep dive into Korean history. Because the thing is, it's not that I'm not interested in history, it's just that I've never really deep dived into history other than, you know, the European history, which is taught here in school. And I don't want to be ignorant, so I'm going to learn as much as I can. And I'm also learning Korean, but I've been kind of on and off studying Korean for, I think about 2 years. Like I keep starting and then things just get in the way and I kind of have to put it on the side and I don't look at it for a couple of months and then I have to kind of get back into it. But I've got the time now, so I'm going to devote that time to really learning Korean. I don't know, I like learning languages, so I don't think that's going to be much of a problem. I'm self-taught in English and that's worked out really well so far, so I'm confident that I can at least reach a conversational level in Korean. Like I can read Hangul, so you know, first steps have already been taken. Like I can at least read it. I might not be able to understand it yet, but I can read it, and that's I feel like that counts for something. Anyways, enough talking. I'm going to go get ready now and go on my walk, and I'll see you in a bit. Also, I completely forgot to mention, but I wrote my inciting incident. Oh, I keep forgetting, you know, to celebrate the little milestones. I just keep forgetting to celebrate those. So here's a tiny celebration for that. I wrote my inciting incident. How exciting is that? Oh my god, I can't believe it. Okay, see you in a bit.
오늘 밤 후회를 좀 할까 해 아님 좀 미치든가 머릿속 널 지워버리게 뭐라도 난 좀 해야 해 서랍 속 처박아뒀던 그 사진을 꺼낼 때 내 목소리 들린 것 같아.
So unfortunately, I didn't get to write anything before coming to work, and as you can see, I am currently at work. And someone didn't turn off the phone. I'm currently working on something for my intern, and I just helped someone with Parkinson's with dinner, well, with lunch basically. It's a bit different here. They eat their warm meals during lunchtime, then they get sandwiches or whatever at dinner time. Back to writing though, I have figured out that I did not actually finish chapter 2. I did finish off the inciting incident though. There are several things that I want to change about that, but I'm going to write that down in a different document, and as I said, I'm not going to go back and edit anything, so I'm not going to go back and delete what I'd written and change things up. There are certain details in there that are not appropriate for middle grade readers, so I want to change that. And I know exactly how I'm going to get into the second act, which is one of my biggest struggles normally when I'm writing stories, but this one, I don't know, it kind of feels like it's coming to me more easily, which is super great, which is really fun. It is currently 1 p.m. and I've got another 3 hours to go before my shift ends, and I do want to get some more things done for my studies before I go home, so I'll probably be home by about, I think, 6 p.m. and then it's writing time.
약한 나인데 이렇게 약한 나인데 이 기분 못 견디겠어 너 왜 여기 없어 우린 길을 잃은 거야 이렇게 약한 나인데 이렇게 약한 나인데 yeah, yeah. 밤은 짙어져 내 맘속도 갈 곳 없어 더 이상 센척한데 더 이상 센척한데 이 공간 속에 센척한데 없이 나는 이 기분 못 견디겠어 더 못 견디겠어 이 기분 못 견디겠어.
I just got back from work and unfortunately I didn't get to work on my assignment. Some stuff came up at work with some clients and I was asked to help out, which I love doing, so I didn't mind, but it really cut into my time and I ended up staying an hour late. It's 6 p.m. now. I already had dinner. I'm going to go out on my walk first, and then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write for a couple of hours. Hopefully some of my friends will be online and sprinting as well. That would be super fun if I could catch up with them. It was such a bummer. I was sprinting with Julie the other day and I could only do one sprint with her. So I'm really hoping that I can catch up with my friends, because I haven't spoken to Rebecca in over a week and I haven't spoken to Amy in ages. So yeah, really hoping that I can catch up with them. And I'm so excited to get back into writing. I've decided that I'm going to add on to the chapter that I wrote. So chapter 2 is not yet finished. I'm going to keep what I wrote and then I'm just going to start a new scene, because there's still some stuff that needs to happen and I don't feel like the chapter is complete. I finished this morning, I was kind of torn between just leaving it at that or, you know, starting on the new chapter. But after taking a break and thinking it over, I really think that the chapter isn't done yet. I really hope to get to 5,000 words today, even though, you know, I try not to focus on word count, but on the other hand, I'm kind of focused on word count because I've never written middle grade before, and I really feel like I should keep my eye on the word count so that I know whether or not I'm on track. The problem for me oftentimes when I'm drafting is that 1, I overdraft, and 2, I suffer from white room syndrome. And for anybody who doesn't know what white room syndrome is, it's basically when the scene you've written might as well play out in a white room, right? Like, description wise, there isn't much going on, and you can't really ground yourself within the chapter. Like, you don't know what the surroundings look like or where the characters are, so basically the characters are dropped into a white room. And I feel like I've very much improved with that over the years, but it's still a bit of a problem, especially as an overdrafter, because then when you start to fill in the gaps and start to flesh out the world, you go way over, right? So I really want to keep the word count in check. I'm hoping to reach 5k words today, but it's okay if I don't, because I am 100% on schedule, because I've already decided on my camp nano goals. And basically my goal for camp is to finish Act 2. Which is a lot, but keep in mind I won't be working for half of April. So I've basically got 2 weeks paid leave in which I can just write as much as I want, especially because one of those 2 weeks I'll be bedridden. So I've literally got nothing else to do than just sit there, read and write. So looking forward to that, and really curious if I'll be able to make that. I really hope I do, because I want to submit my first draft to the developmental group that I'm in by July. So I'm writing a 0 draft right now, and then I want to finish up the edits in June, so that by July 1st I can just upload it to Google Docs and send out a message to the group and have them read it over, give me some feedback on it, and then I can deep dive into proper edits. So yeah, I'm going to go on my second walk for the day, and luckily my chest has been doing so much better, so that now I don't have to worry that going on the second walk is going to be too much, especially if I want to write tonight, which is such a blessing. I feel so blessed with the surgery. Like the first time around, like when I had the major surgery, I couldn't sit at my laptop. Like I couldn't sit and write or type for the first 3 weeks after surgery. So I feel so blessed that I could literally sit down and write for 20 minutes the day after my surgery. I feel so blessed. So really grateful that my wound is healing well, and yeah, that I'm great. Alright, I'm going to go on my walk and then I'll see you in a bit. Bye.
깜빡이는 불 켜진 건물 우린 빛나고 있네 각자의 방 각자의 별을 써 어떤 빛은 야물 어떤 빛은 방황 사람들의 불빛들 모두 소중한 나널 어두운 밤 외로움은 별처럼 다 오랜 빛나 사라지지 뭐큰 존재니까 let it shine.
Okay, so I am closing up for the night. I was super lucky that Julie joined in with the sprinting, so it was super fun. Not so fun because she's got a stomach bug, but hopefully she'll be better soon. Sending you all the healing vibes, Julie. I wrote a total of 2,530 words today, which is huge. Really happy with that. And I just finished chapter number 2, so I'm ending on a high note. I did not manage to write those 5,000 words that I'd set for myself, but I am over 4,000 words. I am over 4,200 even, so I could have probably reached the 5,000 word goal if I'd done another sprint and a half, I think, because I've been consistently writing around about 500 words each sprint. But I'm closing off for tonight. My brain is tired and I've done way too much today, and my chest, actually, as I was like saying goodbye to Julie and everything, my chest just started hurting, which is like the perfect sign for me to just quit for the day. I'm getting really close to my break into 2, which is really exciting. I know exactly how to push my character into the second act, which, like I said previously, is like one of my biggest stumbling blocks, and I'm so happy that I've got it figured out, because in the past I had to come up with like these really convoluted things to make it work. And with this story, it just feels very natural. Like there's a very natural flow to it, which I'm loving. So yeah, I'm done for the night. I am really tired, but I'm still going to read a bit. I'm currently reading Hollow of the Fireflies. Very interesting. Character's got a really unique voice. Main character's from Brooklyn, and my cats are fighting. The main character's from Brooklyn, and it really shows in the voice. Like the way the author has written it is like you can literally hear the accent. It's absolutely lovely. The story itself is also really good. I'm already 3/4 way through, and I'm probably going to finish this before the start of April, so this will be in my monthly reading wrap up. Oh, I've by the way finished When You Trap a Tiger. Absolutely recommend. 100%, 5 out of 5 stars. That book is really freaking good. Like it deals with family and with loss and with identity, and absolutely amazing. Like, I get why it won several book prizes. That book is absolutely top notch. If you haven't read it, I recommend it. Please do. Alright, so I'm signing off now. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and do leave a comment down below where you are in your writing journey. And I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye.
편히